Mark, thank you so much for joining us on the couch. There is a lot of energy and excitement around the cloud. Certainly here from you. You know, I heard a lot of very positive comments about the cloud. What do you think is the general feeling around cloud technology in the business and enterprise community?
Well, you know, Kate, I think it's new. So I think there's an issue of gaining familiarity with all the capabilities of the cloud. Now, the consumer is, of course, very used to the cloud. We're used now to going up and getting services from our iPhone, from our iPads, et cetera. Businesses have to get to that same level of comfort, that same level of familiarity. And I think as you see that, you're now seeing a whole set of capabilities and applications being released by companies like Oracle. They're going to give companies a whole set of capabilities they haven't had before. And I think as you see that familiarity occur, you're going to see tremendous excitement about the cloud across the entire business community.
It really does change relationships, doesn't it? It was fascinating to hear you talking about the way that, you know, there's the customer now becomes the key focus. It has to become the key focus because it can be very expensive not to make them that.
Right. Well, it's tough now because it's not just the business relationship with the buyer. It's now your relationship with the buyer and everybody the buyer knows. The buyer's capability, you know, the consumer's now gotten power. The consumer can now tweet, the consumer can now post on some social media about their experience with a company. And so no longer is it about the relationship between you and me, it's between you and me and everybody you know. And so your ability to affect my brand, to affect my product, and to be able to do it at light speed is just changed dramatically. So my game has to go up as a company in terms of the level of service and capability that I provide you.
I suppose in some ways as well, it's all very public now too, isn't it? I mean, you used to be able to deal with problems in a quiet space, in your own quiet time, but now it's on a public stage, isn't it?
Exactly right, exactly right. So I think as these issues occur, and the point I was trying to make today is that now when a mistake does occur, and we all know, we all make mistakes, whether we're people or companies, but the fact is those mistakes get to be very public, and not just very public, but very public very quickly. And so the ability now to have to be able to deal with those, the ability to up your game because you want fewer mistakes, the ability to know about them, be able to deal with them rapidly and quickly becomes a major issue.
You really did highlight in your keynote that there are tremendous opportunities for business going into the cloud, but there seems to still be some conservatism. Are you getting the feeling for that? Are some businesses reluctant to embrace that?
Well, Kate, listen, I think this is the way with everything new. I mean, I think you get any new sets of technologies that people don't have familiarity with. It takes time. People want to test certain capabilities, test certain applications, and I think as those go through, you're going to see that we're in the very, very early stages of these new sets of technologies. These things take months, take years to get adaptation, but you're going to see tremendous capabilities and success with cloud.
What do you think are going to be the next big things that the leaders are going to be embracing?
Well, listen, I think what we talked about today is what's going on. You have an explosion of data, sort of point one. You've got an explosion of mobility. You've got all of this going on with a whole set of new, educated, very sophisticated consumers running around the planet now, looking for immediate answers to every question they got. And frankly, we have a corporate environment that's not prepared for that type of consumer. So if you will, the next big thing we have to do is get the corporate world capable of dealing with this glut of information and this ability, to your point, of being able to deal with the immediacy of dealing with the customer.
The couch is all about sharing your sort of inspirations. What would be the one piece of advice that you would give business leaders of the future? What should they be thinking about?
Well, I think, listen, every business is focused on a few things, right? Which is, one, they have to have a strategy. Two, they have to have a business model. Third, they have to have processes that align to the business model. And frankly, what applications do and software is they automate those processes. And I think you're going to have to be thinking about, if you're a business leader, how does your strategy change? How does your business model change as you adapt to this new way that business is going to be conducted? And listen, I think that's what the technology has to be, one of those capabilities that helps you be able to do that.
Mark Hurd, thank you so much. I know you've got a very busy schedule. It was great that you could spend some time on the couch sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Kate. Appreciate it. Thank you.